a video on my action. Today, we're diving into something truly decadent and surprisingly easy to make. Classic sweet crepes with Nutella. Forget those store-bought ones. Once you learn how to make these thin, delicate, and delicious crepes from scratch, you'll never go back. They're perfect for breakfast, a fancy brunch, or a late-night treat. So, grab your apron, and let's get started on making the best crepes you've ever had. First things first, let's gather our ingredients for the crepe batter. It's super simple. You'll need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 large eggs, half a cup of whole milk, half a cup of water, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. For a little extra sweetness and flavor, I also love to add 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. The combination of milk and water is my secret to getting that perfectly light and tender texture. Now, let's make the batter. You can do this in a blender for the smoothest result, or just use a good old-fashioned bowl and whisk. If you're using a bowl, start by whisking the flour, sugar, and salt together. This helps distribute everything evenly. In a separate bowl, whisk your eggs, then add the milk, water, and vanilla extract. Slowly pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, whisking constantly to prevent lumps. It's really important to keep whisking until the batter is smooth. Finally, stir in the melted butter. Don't overmix, just until it's combined. Here's a pro tip that makes all the difference. Let the batter rest. I know you're excited to start cooking, but this step is crucial. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and let it sit in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes, or even up to an hour. This allows the gluten in the flour to relax and the starch to fully absorb the liquid, which results in much more tender crepes and prevents them from tearing easily. While our batter is resting, it's a perfect time to get our station ready. All right, our batter has had its beauty sleep, so it's time to cook. Give the batter a quick stir, as it might have separated a little. It should have the consistency of heavy cream, thin and pourable. If it feels too thick, you can add a tablespoon of water at a time until it's just right. Now, heat a nonstick skillet or a dedicated crepe pan over medium heat. A good 8 to 10-inch pan works best. You want it hot, but not smoking. To test if it's ready, flick a tiny drop of water onto the surface. It should sizzle and evaporate quickly. Lightly grease your hot pan with a little bit of butter or a neutral oil. I like to use a paper towel to wipe a thin, even layer across the surface. This ensures the crepe doesn't stick and gets a nice, golden color. Now for the fun part. Pour about a 1/4 cup of batter into the center of the pan. Immediately lift the pan off the heat and swirl it in a circular motion to spread the batter out into a thin, even circle. You have to work quickly here. The thinner, the better. Place the pan back on the heat and cook the crepe for about 1 to 2 minutes on the first side. You'll know it's ready to flip when the edges start to look dry and lift away from the pan and the surface appears set, not liquidy. You can use a thin spatula to gently lift an edge and peek underneath. It should be a beautiful light golden brown. Now, carefully slide your spatula all the way under the crepe and flip it over with a confident flick of the wrist. It might take a little practice, but you'll get the hang of it. Cook the second side for another 30 seconds to a minute, just until it's lightly golden. It cooks much faster on this side. Once it's done, slide the crepe out of the pan and onto a plate. Repeat this process with the remaining batter, remembering to lightly grease the pan between each crepe if needed. You can stack the finished crepes on a plate. They won't stick together while they're warm. This recipe should give you about 8 to 10 delicious crepes. Now, for the best part, the filling. Our star today is, of course, Nutella. While the last crepe is cooking, let's get ready to assemble. Take a warm crepe and lay it flat. Spread a generous layer of that creamy, chocolatey hazelnut goodness over one half of the crepe. Don't be shy with it. You can spread it all over if you like, but I find half is perfect for a neat fold. Once you've got your Nutella spread, it's time to fold. You have a few options here. The classic way is to simply fold the crepe in half over the Nutella, and then fold it in half again to create a beautiful triangle or fan shape. This is how you'll often see them served in cafes. Another option is to roll it up like a cigar. It's all about personal preference, so have fun with it. And there you have it, a perfect, warm, Nutella-filled crepe. But why stop there? Let's talk about toppings to take this to the next level. Freshly sliced bananas or strawberries are classic pairings that cut through the richness of the Nutella beautifully. A dusting of powdered sugar on top always makes it look extra special and adds a touch of sweetness. You could also add a dollop of whipped cream, a drizzle of chocolate sauce, or a sprinkle of chopped nuts like hazelnuts or almonds for some crunch. The possibilities are endless. Let's do one more together. I'll take another warm crepe. Spread on that delicious Nutella. This time, I'm going to add some sliced bananas right on top of the Nutella before I fold it. Fold it in half one triangle. For the finishing touch, a little dusting of powdered sugar right over the top. Look at that. It looks like it came straight from a Parisian cafe. It's absolutely gorgeous, and the taste is just heavenly. The warm, soft crepe with the melted Nutella and fresh fruit is a combination that is simply unbeatable. So, that's how you make incredible homemade sweet crepes with Nutella. It's a simple recipe that feels so elegant and indulgent. I hope you give this a try and see just how easy and rewarding it is. It's a perfect recipe for a weekend morning, a special occasion, or just whenever you need a little sweet treat in your life. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more easy and delicious recipes, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. Let me know in the comments what other fillings or toppings you love in your crepes. I love hearing your ideas. Until happy cooking!